Where's Bershi and Marshy and Pasta?
It's preseason game number 2. What are you talking about?
Uh, so who's the most established hockey player you have?
Established player? I don't know. Maybe Riley? Is that Panarin? Is that Miller? And Truba? And Kako? What? Oh, God, this is gonna suck. At least you didn't start Reeves.
Low quality fans of a high quality Bruins team. That is not a dub. Damn it. It really shouldn't have been. If you looked at our roster, which was beautiful, but the top line was our fourth line in real life, against their roster, which Panarin was on the team, and Kako. Strome was there. Shisterkin played a good game. Wall played good after him, so I don't want to give all that credit to the goalies. I'm just saying, there's a reason that we probably shouldn't have been as competitive as we were in that game, but it's also still preseason, so doesn't matter. It brings me to a point, though. I know it's preseason, and nobody in this comments has been weird about it, but social media has been a different story. I missed hockey. When I make an observation that is positive, it does not mean I'm predicting a player is now going to be like that for the rest of the season. Same thing goes if it's negative. I missed hockey. I am excited, and I love watching preseason hockey because there are players that I have been following for years that are playing against professional hockey players and trying to make a team. I love it. I missed it. Everybody knows it's preseason. Everybody knows it doesn't actually matter. There's too many people out there that are trying to just take the joy out of it, though. And you don't need to do that. I love hockey. And spoiler alert, the regular season and the playoffs and all of that affect my life the same way the preseason does. It doesn't actually change anything in my world. My wallet doesn't get fatter. My job doesn't get easier. I mean, this gets easier for winning. I just love hockey. I root for my team as hard as anybody does. But it's out of love of the game and the team. I'm going to enjoy my preseason. So if I say anything in this that makes you go, dude, it's just the preseason, calm down, you don't have to post it because I know it's just the preseason. I don't want to be calm about it. I want to enjoy my game. I want to enjoy hockey. So thank you. And again, nobody in these comments was bad about it. It's just social media. People were really going after each other. Just didn't make sense. Now that that's out of the way, like, comment, subscribe. Nailed it. Watch out for clickbaiters. It's getting worse out there. Oh, it's getting spicy with the preseason coming up. But you know what isn't clickbaiting? Olmark gets the start. Kaiser's going to back him up and come in halfway through the game. Two different results, I thought, between these two goalies. Who did better? Who did worse? I'm going to tell you right now because I don't do the whole, like, stick around to find out. My watch times are going to be what they are. Olmark was okay. He was unlucky on a couple moments. Both the goals that went in against him weren't exactly his fault, but I didn't love everything I saw from him. Kaiser looked great, in my opinion. That's just how it shook out. Do I think Kaiser's a better goalie than Olmark? No. It did give me a little bit of sense of pause to be like, oh man, Olmark needs to settle a little bit. He's adjusting to a new defensive structure. It'll be fine. Also, our team in front of him, oof. The alternate captains tonight, Moore, Nosek, and Riley. Great. That's cool, I guess. First look at Stud Thicc. Studnicka does get his first preseason action, and he looked bigger. We'll get there. Liesel gets another game. I know I'm saying Liesel. I know you're hearing on broadcasts Liesel. I'm not entirely sure yet. A Finnish friend has told me Liesel. I'm going with that for now. I'll wait till Jack Edwards does more research and I can just copy him. Asselin does get a chance. I mentioned he was taken out of the roster in the last game. He does get a chance in this one. I'm not going to talk a lot about him because he mostly just disappointed. He didn't really do anything that made me go, yay, I'm getting to watch Asselin. So there's one other player that was like that, which was Freddy. We'll get more into that too. Freddy is one of the few people that this preseason kind of really does matter. He is fighting for his job. And with a lackluster finish to last season, one would argue lackluster most of last season, he needs to come out hot. Unfortunately, not his best game. It was one of those preseason games where it felt like they had more NHLers, which might not actually have been true, but they definitely had a higher standard of NHLers on their team for this one. Here is our lines. And then next to that, I'll put up their roster that they put out. I couldn't find an exact line breakdown of what they had, but you'll notice a few names: Panarin, Kakko, Strome, Shesterkin, Trouba, Miller, all guys that you're like, wow, that's kind of some heavy minute guys for them. A few of our players really paid the price on that one. Oh, Ryan Reeves was in there too. I guess we're going Wilson to Reeves in the preseason. You'd hate to see it. First 10 minutes of the game were as sloppy as last one. Really, just no one could kind of get control of what they were doing, except for two players. Studnicka, I keep wanting to say Thicc because he put on 15 pounds. Obviously, I think everyone knows that at this point. It's been shouted from the heavens over and over. He was looking to box players out. He was trying to advertise how much bigger and stronger he got, and he did look so much more ready to handle heavy players. I was infinitely impressed with the difference of watching him last year get shrugged off of plays and him legitimately boxing out two guys at one time in the slot in the offensive zone. First 10 minutes, he was showing that off. Love to see it. The other guy was Liesel. Still creative. His passing isn't exactly up to the timing of NHL players, but it's creative, it's crisp, it's just really, really good. And he has the hands to go by people. I mean, this guy's really fun, and I'm really excited about him. He is making it hard to cut him from this camp. I can't. He's probably getting cut today. I'm releasing this on Wednesday. He's probably getting cut today because it makes sense to cut him today no matter what. You don't want to keep him going in the preseason. But he's a hard cut. It's hard watching him do this and not starting him in the AHL, even though you know he needs to bulk up, so you don't want to put him in the AHL. He's still going to the WHL, but he's making everyone stop and go, is this really the best decision? Which is great. And if you want to say just preseason about that, he's 18. I don't care what season it is. Dude, he's 18. The guy looks really good and really fun, and he has some really nice plays in this game. And then Vakanainen, with 10 minutes and a half gone, takes a stupid fucking penalty in the offensive zone. Vakanainen is not it right now, man. He's struggling. Clip this. So he takes, basically it's a high cross-check to the face in the offensive zone after he passes the puck away. Makes zero sense to even take that penalty there. But he does, so off to the penalty kill. We kill this penalty. Not only that, but we do get a 2-on-1. Cameron Hughes decides to take it himself because Trouba is stickless. Trouba falls behind. Hughes goes in for the breakaway. I thought this was actually the right decision. There was some debate about that, but it looked like he was a little bit ahead of the 2-on-none, as it ended up being. He decided to go for the move. He made a decision early enough where he gave himself the best chance, went 5-hole, got the door shut on him. Was not upset about the decision he made. Wish he would have buried it, but we move on. We do kill it, and Freddy did look good on the penalty kill. So I'm going to give that compliment now because you're not going to like what I have to say about him later. So, dangle the carrot. After one, 0-0. There isn't a lot to talk about after one because it was really sloppy. The two notes I already gave you about Studnicka and Liesel continued. Ullmark didn't have to make any big saves, so it was hard to really decide how I felt about him so far in the game. He was there. I don't know. That's all I got. 4 minutes into the second period, and it's been lame legs the entire time. We are getting outskated to every puck. We're getting locked into our zone. It's a nice transition, leads to offensive pressure. Panarin just going to do what Panarin does. He finds Potato going backdoor. It's an amazing pass through the crease. It's as smooth as butter. Potato launches it actually far side on a sliding Ullmark. So he actually beats him back the other way, blocker side. It is 1-0. Ullmark, I don't want to judge him on this one. That's a really good pass that you don't expect to get through. And that's a shot going far side. I can't really blame a goalie for that. Did I think that he looked perfectly positioned? No. I'm not going to hold that one against him. What I will say is Vakanainen, who was on that side with Potato, had no idea Potato was there. And again, it's that spatial awareness. We are about to record a podcast tonight, and I know Andrew is going to harp on Vok's spatial awareness so hard. Because even with the positive stuff coming up about his game, holy shit, man. Defensively, he is a nightmare. He has gotten worse. Look, I'm not done with Vok. He's 22. He's still got time. I mentioned this in the last video. Oof, was this first half of the game really bad for him. 8 minutes in, and this one's a little weirder, okay? Face-off win in our zone. It's a little puck movement, but it ends up on the left point. Blasts it. Puck gets deflected and goes high. High. Here's the problem. After the initial point blast, Ullmark had slid to get in front of it. And then he slid and slid and slid. And the puck lands on the far side of the net. Not on the net, in front of the net. And Capo Caco just golf bats it. I don't even know if it touched the ice. Right into a wide open net. Because Ullmark's still sliding to fucking Kingdom Come. I mean, it's Istanbul, not Constantinople. Is where he's at. That doesn't work. That joke doesn't work. I'm keeping it. Guys, that was a bad one. And yes, is he going to stop that even if he plays the play correctly? Probably not. It was really weird. And it's still Vakanainen on Kako, draped over him, but not physical enough to prevent what looked like an easy smack. Oh my God. Just brutal. Brutal, brutal, brutal. But it was so bad. Ullmark didn't look great. That's okay. We're so early. It's so early. It's definitely funny, though, that Swayman had a much better start than Ullmark. We'll see how it goes. So we're 9 minutes into the second period. It's 2-0. It looks like we're just thoroughly getting outplayed by a team that has more NHL talent on it. I'm not upset about it. I don't think anyone was upset about it. Obviously, it was a Rangers home game, so all the fans were loving it. But there was a saving grace moment, and it involved 3 players that we're all happy to see it from. Riley, on the back end, in our zone, bullet of a pass up through the center. Studnicka's there. He takes the offensive zone, dishes it over to Liesel. Now I'm getting confused at what I'm supposed to call him. Liesel, who's on the right side. Nice little skating because he loses the puck for a second, grabs it back, skating backwards, dishes it back up with a perfect little pass to Studnicka. Tape to tape, but enough speed to get it to him in a very congested area. And Studnicka just buries this low blocker side. It might have even tapped the post a little bit on the bottom right. It was beautiful. That's 2-1. We're on the board. And Studnicka gets the goal. Oh, it's beautiful. I was giddy, man. I was so happy for him. The stud. I want to see him on the roster. How about a big old preseason PP? Hayek for hooking. We do jack shit with it. Special teams continues to be a nightmare. How about a couple minutes later? Liesel tripping. They're going to go to a PP, but it's only going to 6 seconds. Rangers fans know how that feels. Happens to the best of us. Don't worry about it. 6 seconds into that PP, Sammy Blais gets called for a really rough goalie interference. Shot wasn't even on net. He did make some contact. I think they're trying to avoid headshots on goalies. It was a weird kind of shrug. I don't know. Weird play. Didn't like it. Kaiser was barely touched. The shot wasn't on net, but we're going to 4-on-4. And this works out really well for 2 groups of people. One group of people is us. We score. Face-off win. Studnicka gets the face-off win. Gets dished back right in front of Vok. And Vok fires an absolute howitzer. Goal. 2-2. Oh, it was a beauty, too. This was off the post and in blocker side. Just beautiful shot. And I went, man's back from the dead. Good for him. He gets a goal. Still think his game has been dog shit. Right after that, he's facing down a tough defensive play. Takes the puck. Strips the puck from the Ranger. I mean, his game improved 100% after he scored that goal. He relaxed. He was having fun. All of a sudden, he was playing better hockey. Still won't be on the team come day one, but he was playing better hockey. 1 minute left of the period. Panarin gets behind the defense during a line change. It was very weird. Puck gets sent out to them. I think they gave, it might have been Miller got the got the assist. I don't know how an assist counted for this. Puck gets bumped out to Panarin behind the defense. He just goes right in on Kaiser and buries it. What are we expecting of Kaiser right there? You're going to face down the bread man? Hey, good luck. Make the stop. Ugh. 3-2. Going into the third. Not great. The third's kind of a story of penalties. 3 minutes in, the Rangers go for interference, and then we go to 4-on-4 because Freddy goes for hooking. That's good job by you, Freddy. 8 minutes in, Senny goes with a hooking penalty. By the way, Senny, terrible. Did not use his speed at all, which is, his biggest thing. Just look behind every play. Really disappointing. Not a good start for him. Looked bad. Anyway, 8 minutes in, Senny goes with a hooking penalty, and then bleed for tripping 18 seconds into that. So a $1.42 on a 5v3, but we kill it after a huge save by the post and by Kaiser. A beautiful cross crease play that Kaiser comes all the way across and gets it with the pad. Awesome save for him. Nice little confidence booster there. Trouba is going to go for tripping a little later on. No dice on the power play. We do give up a fast break to Panarin again, but Kaiser stones him this time and hot dogs the shit out of it. He's got the glove up and he's like, woo! Good for him, It's going to be a 3-2 final. Let's talk a little bit about these guys because, look, the loss is what it is, but there's going to be a lot of mixed results in the preseason. I guess when you say it doesn't matter it's the preseason, you can talk about the record of the team. That's fine. That doesn't matter. But players' performances still matter. Let's see who we're starting with. We got Vac. Yeah, didn't look good. But then scored a goal, and all of a sudden his defensive plays got better. Which was, he just relaxed, I guess. And he looked a lot better during that. Fine, cool. I can't get over all the bad, though. There's too much bad. It's frustrating. Not done with a guy, 22 years old. You're not going to cut him from camp, but not until late at least. I would honestly do it sooner, though, rather than later. Lyle was in the game. Did not look good. Was on for all 3 goals against, although he was playing the other side for, I think, 2 of them, and then obviously the third is a breakaway. I have just not been impressed with him so far. Played in the Prospect Challenge, didn't care about it. Obviously wasn't in Game 1, was in Game 2 here, and I just don't have a lot to say about him. He has the size. He has that outlet pass. He doesn't seem to be using it. Hasn't been quick on a step. Hasn't felt up to speed with the players around him. Just not a lot of good to say about Lyle right now. That's okay. Not the end of the world. I did have higher expectations. We will see him more this preseason, I assume. So we'll get another taste in a bit. Riley looks just like last year. Nothing more to say. Great outlet passer. Still quick around the defensive zone. Seems to have a calm head on him. Great. Olmark, not a lot to say. I don't want to be too negative about his start, although he didn't look great. It was also some weird plays, so I'm going to leave him alone on this. Kaiser looked better than Olmark, which was neat. I don't know. That's fun. I'm a big Kaiser guy, but I'm also a big Olmark guy. I just love watching goalies, really. Stud Thicc looked amazing. So excited for him. He's great, and I love him. And I just want him on the team, and they're not going to put him there because they have so many veterans. They're not going to put him on the team, and I want to. I want to so bad, but I don't want him on the 4th line. Second or third line center, I'm all for it. Anywhere else, I don't want to spoil the possibility of him looking really good. He's a natural center. Put him in between a couple guys. It is not fair to judge Freddy, Nosek, or Lazar in this game because the main line they were playing against was Kakko, Panarin, and Strome. If we played the Rangers and every single shift, their top line, which I know that's not exactly their top line, I don't think, is playing our 4th line, that is exactly what we have projected for our 4th line, we would lose that game. Right? Right? Especially when we're not picking up the slack anywhere else in the roster because we have only AHL guys at best across the rest of it. You're not going to win a lot of games like that. So it's very unfair to judge them on that. They combined for a -7 in plus minus. Freddy was on for all 3 goals against. Tough. Nosek did have 7 shots and looked pretty damn good to me. I'm starting to think Senyshyn was a bad pick. Lee Sal deserves another preseason game. I want to watch him some more. He probably won't get one because now we're starting to get to the point of like, all right, really time to figure out these lines and stuff. We got 4 games left, I believe. I would really love to see some more Lee Sal. So we'll see what happens. They'll probably make some cuts today. I haven't seen them come out yet. That's game 2, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe. I said it twice. What the hell is wrong with me? Go Bees!